Welcome to the Midlife Butterfly Podcast. I'm your host, Kenna Sue. You know how caterpillars go through the gooey cocoon phase before emerging as butterflies? Yeah, that's midlife. 1 minute, everything feels like it's falling apart, and the next, you're flying. My own cocoon? It's all about going from 4 to 1. 4 weddings, 3 countries, 3 languages, 2 husbands, 2 divorces, and 1 soul awakening funeral. This podcast is all about embracing that messy, magical process of transformation. Whether you are going through a breakup, navigating change, or waking up to your own power, I am here to guide you. Together, we'll explore empowerment, spirituality, and how to bring more joy and pleasure into your life. We will dive into the mindsets and self-care practices that will help you fall madly in love with yourself again. You'll hear from inspiring guests, including clients I've coached and experts, and of course, my own experiences. Get ready for laughter, tears, a little cursing, and a whole lot of vulnerability every week. This is gonna be raw and unedited. So if you're ready to shed all skins, embrace your messy midlife, and step into the most authentic, joyful version of yourself, you're in the right place. Let's cocoon, grow, and fly. Welcome to the Midlife Butterfly. Hey beauty, welcome back to the Midlife Butterfly podcast. This is Kenna Sue, your host in here. And today we're going to be talking about intentional living. Yeah. Because the thing is, we think we live, other people think they are just surviving, which is very sad, to tell you the truth. Because we're not here to survive, we're here to live. But more powerful than that is actually living intentionally. Meaning having an intention, having that responsibility over our lives and how we want to feel, what we want to create, how we want to our spaces to be, our energy, the people who are around us, how we want to experience life itself. And the way I do it actually since I wake up, of course I need to mention this, it has built up through the years as I keep adding more habits, self-care habits into my routine. But the thing is, it's more than a routine, intentional living. It's like as soon as I wake up, I just feel my body and love listening to the silence that is in there. And I just start being grateful. Grateful for another day, grateful for my health. And then I start just, moving my body from toes up all the way up to my head and start being thankful for each part of it. And it's just so beautiful to connect with my body as soon as I wake up. And then I allow some time in there, again in silence, to observe where my mind is. Sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it just start remembering things from the day before. So just to kind of check where I am at that very moment as soon as I wake up. And then I like listening to a meditation. Either if it's from Joe Dispenza, for one of my mentors, or anything else that flows, or sometimes it's just staying there in stillness. It's just so good. It's just so good to start the day like that. In gratitude and with a meditation to connect with myself, or it could be a guided meditation where I want to reprogram my mind. Right, to getting into a better frequency, to feel better, to change some limiting beliefs that are not serving me anymore. And that's also intentional, of course. And then from there, I think of how do I want to feel? What's my intention for the day? Like, what's resonating more, that then from there the intention of the day flows through. And sometimes it's presence, sometimes it's like, universe, show me the money, the range is wide open. Any possibility can come through, and it's just a way of enjoying and a way to tell the universe, I am here for this. Like, just let's allow it. It's a way of surrendering at the same time, and allowing and trusting. And it's not about more like getting into a goal itself. It's more into getting into that frequency of what the intention is, to really go through the day with that. How do I want to to show up? Which kind of energy I want to carry? How do I want to feel my alignment? And then from there, create the reality. So yeah, it's creating the reality from there. And of course, there's going to be ups and downs. Life is a roller coaster. But at least just by having that intention in that very moment, it sets the tone differently throughout my day. At this moment, I live on my own. But if you are a mother, if you have a partner, and if you are wearing all these hats of the mother, of the wife, or the worker, and then, or also the people pleaser, the feeling unworthiness, and all these other hats that we wear because of patterns, beliefs, the programming, really the conditioning that we've been through our whole lives. So the idea is to get out of there. And how can I put it this? It's simply by having that intention, we shift. Yeah. It's really like getting into a different track, not walking the same path all day long, when we know that that this thought is gonna come, that this pattern is gonna come, that I'm gonna get triggered because of this. So just by taking another track and having that intention, it really shifts how you're going to create that day. And it's very important to, by being intentional, we can be more present during the day. Just by setting that intention. And by being more present, you're going to be able to choose your thoughts. You're going to be able to choose your actions instead of reactions. Because by having that intention of flow, of whatever it is that you're feeling it, that's what you're going to attract. As simple as that. And yeah, you might get sometimes stuck with things that comes from trauma, from wounds. And again, it's about having that presence so you can shift when something triggers you. Or if you have that time to actually process and say, okay, this is triggering me. What is this person, what is this situation mirroring back to me, reflecting back to me, that I have to work on it, that I gotta heal? Because those triggers are really something in you that it has to be healed from trauma, from programs, from past wounds,
for beliefs that were passed to you and you probably not even aware of those. It's getting you out of that autopilot by living intentionally. And I used to live in autopilot for such a long time. And it's when I was feeling stressed, is when I was feeling that life was happening to me, not for me, is when I was looking for fights with my partner. It's when I will respond very harsh to some people because I was in autopilot. And my shell, this cover for me to protect myself for all my wounds and my trauma, I created this big warrior suit in me. And I would just, I didn't realize how much I was living in autopilot by protecting myself. And then the thing is, I was exhausted. I was resentful with other people. I felt disconnected from myself. I mean, really, mind, body, soul, forget about it. Those terms were not even in my vocabulary at all. Not at all. And of course, at that time, I was also, like it's Monday to Friday. Oh yeah, finally it's the weekend, and then, oh, Monday is coming again. And it's just this kind of cycle that we should not be living in. When we are in that cycle of really measuring the days we're living it and the time that we're spending, is because we are not living. We are not enjoying life. We are not being present at all. Does this resonate with you? So my invitation is to really start your days by taking a few minutes just to check in with your body as soon as you wake up, to check with it, to feel grateful for what you have, for who you are at this very moment. It doesn't matter what the situation is. Everything is impermanent. So allow it, but at the same time, by living intentionally, you're gonna be able with more ease and flow to move towards those goals that you want to achieve, to take that action that is needed for you to create a life that you want, that life that you love and that you desire, because you fucking deserve it. You deserve it. And at the same time, I'm gonna be very harsh and tell you that nobody's gonna come and save you. The only savior in here, it has to be you. You are the one choosing. And sometimes those choices may not be the best ones that you want, but at least take the one that it can make you feel a bit better. Even if it's a tiny one, a tiny shift. And as the thing is, life it's not a sprint, it's a journey. So we keep walking in this journey. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's joyful, sometimes it's fucking painful. And that's when we gotta embody that equanimity, that allowing of what is in life, to feel more at peace with whatever it is that we are going through. So what do you think you can do today to start living intentionally? What is an action step that you can take to live intentionally? Are you taking a pause? Are you going to meditate? Are you going to stay 1 minute in silence? Are you going to go for a walk and just enjoy being in nature, focusing on your steps? Because there's always something available for you to be more intentional. When you cook, when you are eating, being grateful for the meal that you are eating, being grateful for your body because it has movement, because it might have a bit of pain somewhere, because it's digesting, because your heart is beating 24/7 and you don't have to do anything. Being intentional with the conversations that you have with your dear ones, with the people that is around you, being intentional with the energy that you bring to the room. I used to have such a bad energy sometimes that sometimes you can feel actually the energy of a person when it comes to the room and you say like, oh my God, that felt good. I used to have sometimes this heavy energy that I was not even able to to stand on myself. It was like, oh my God. So doing the inner work is what it helped me shift all that. Because living intentionally is that also. It's willing to do the inner work, to go deep into whatever it is that you have to work on it, that you have to heal, because it's not allowing you to live the life that you desire. It's going to the root of what is causing you that suffering. Because as it is well said, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. So what is it that you have to heal, that you have to let go, that you have to forgive for you to move forward in life with more intention? Life is not easy. And it's harder for one people, and it's harder for some people more than others. What I came to understand is that each person has their own journey. It's not that it's better or if it's worse. It's just the way it is. Who knows how many lives we have lived before to actually come to live this one at this moment. We don't know. Just be grateful for it. Be grateful for the life that you have now. Be grateful for the people that is around you. Be grateful for the material stuff that you have. Be grateful for being grateful. I've been feeling very frustrated lately because I have noticed how my sight for reading closely has decreased, and the fact that I really need to use my glasses lately, it creates a lot of frustration. And it's not the lenses itself, it's the fact, I've been using lenses since I'm 13, and I mostly use contact lenses. And it's not a vanity thing of, oh no, I'm not using lenses. No, it's not that. I choose to see, to be able to see, but the fact that I'm not able to see as I used to when I need to read something close, and actually now I'm using it most of the time also when looking at my phone, it has created a lot of frustration. And I'm saying this out loud because I don't know what is in you that is probably something created of frustration, and instead of being grateful for seeing and just allowing the frustration. And it's okay to allow that frustration. And it's okay because I am grateful at the same time that I am in midlife, and I am grateful that I'm able to age. It is a privilege that many people don't have. And if you're listening to this, it means that you have that privilege too. So it's about choosing up to what level we want to be grateful and intentional with what we have, with who we are, instead of all the time just complaining. I think it takes the same effort to complain that don't doing it. So just don't freaking do it and feel better. Yeah. Intention. Because it's not just about the mindset, right? It's how we speak, how we act, how we move, how we love, how we accompany other people. It's everything if you think about it. If we really put that attention of what's my intention when I'm going to start working, what's my intention when I'm going for a walk. Sometimes I rather go in silence. Sometimes I want to listen to a podcast. What's my intention when I'm going to see a friend? What's my intention when I'm going dancing? It's to connect to other people, to connect to myself, to release stress. There's always an intention behind, now that I'm thinking about it. It's about, then, are you aware of that intention? Or you are not? Interesting, right? And living intentionally, it can become a lifestyle. It's not only a one-day thing. Yeah, it's not. Because if we want to live better lives, to create better realities every day, that has to be the intention. And it has to be something conscious. And no, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be honest. It just has to speak your truth. And it doesn't matter if other people don't get it. It is your life. It is your truth. So it's about what you are choosing to experience, what you are choosing to live. I read this, was kind of a quote that it didn't say who was the author of it. I read it in Spanish, so the translation in English will be, the day that I understood that the only thing I will take with me is what I live. It's the day I start living the things that I want to take with me. It's very deep if you think about it. Because we're not taking anything with us. Nothing, not even this body. We're mainly taking our experiences, our memories. And some people don't even get to to take that with them. So, are you living or are you surviving? What is it that you want to create in this life that you can start doing it intentionally now? Not in autopilot. Not anymore. You are not here to survive. You are here to live. You are here to live. And the thing is, the more aliveness you start getting, the more your environment is gonna start showing you that. The more the people that is gonna be around you, the more aligned it's gonna be, and the more opportunities you're gonna get, and the more miracles you're gonna see, and the more magic you're gonna start creating by shifting into something that you want to create by intention. I invite you to reflect on where in your life you think you are living by default instead of by design. And what intention can you set today to honor your truth? And probably you can ask this question every morning as soon as you wake up. What intention can I set today to honor my truth? Thank you so much for listening. I know this was a slow pace episode. I was just reflecting it and feeling it while I was saying it out loud. For some reason, it came to me and I realized I don't know. I just needed to speak it out, to speak it out loud in here. And yeah, if this resonated with you, send me a DM at Midlife Butterfly in Instagram, or send me an email, which is here below. It's hello@midlifebutterfly.ca. And yeah, share. How do you want to start living intentionally? And if you need guidance, I'll be more than happy to support you. Either, you can take a free call with me, an empowered strategy call, and then from there, if you would like to work with me, I have one-on-one coaching available. And yeah, it will be my pleasure to work together. And share this episode if you think that somebody else will feel inspired thanks to this. Sending you much love as usual, and have a beautiful day.